What's up, gals and pals? It's your buddy Coach Vino. So today is opening day of the baseball season, and nobody, I mean nobody, is more excited than this guy right here. That's right, folks. I am a baseball diehard. I mean, whether I'm watching it or listening to it or reading about it or playing it, I mean, any way that I can get baseball into these veins, I am absolutely there. I mean, look, I grew up in the Bronx, so I had really easy access to Yankee Stadium. So baseball really became a big part of my life. And of course, I am a diehard Yankees fan. And something that I like to do now as an adult is I take a ride up to Cooperstown, New York every year, and I visit the Baseball Hall of Fame. And what I do is I check out the plaques for whatever new Hall of Fame inductees they might be, check out whatever new exhibitions they might have, and just indulge myself in all of the baseball nostalgia and memorabilia. And while I'm there, I check out the great bars, restaurants that are up there. It sits on a beautiful lake. I mean, it's just a really great town. And if you're a baseball fan, I mean, it's really baseball heaven, you know what I'm saying? And they even have a great distillery called the Cooperstown Distillery. So to celebrate the opening day of the baseball season and Cooperstown itself, I'm going to be making a very obscure vintage cocktail called Cooperstown. Now, this is a cocktail that you probably have never heard of, and if you have, kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? Because it is pretty obscure, and I can't wait to share it with you guys, right, folks? But before I do that, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you can help feed the hungry algorithm, and make sure you stick around because we're about to boogie down. The Cooperstown cocktail is a pre-prohibition cocktail that was created at the Waldorf bar at the Old Waldorf in New York City. It's said to be named after a group of gentlemen who would come down from Cooperstown, New York to visit the bar on a frequent basis. All right, so before I go ahead and make this cocktail for you, I do want to go over what is in the sauce because I like to riff a little bit on this recipe. Now, the recipe itself has evolved a bunch over the years. I mean, I've seen early versions of the recipe that call for Old Tom's gin, some that call for only sweet vermouth. I've even seen a version that calls for orange juice. Now, orange juice in this cocktail makes it more like a Bronx cocktail. And as proud as I am of being from the Bronx, let me tell you something. I do not like the Bronx cocktail, so I'm not going in that direction. All right, folks, but what I am doing is I like to use an aged gin. I think it adds some nice complexity, some nice mouthfeel to the cocktail. And this last year when I was up at Cooperstown, I actually picked up a bottle of aged gin from the Cooperstown Distillery. So I've actually not made it with this particular gin yet, so I'm really excited. I think it's kind of fun to be using a Cooperstown gin in the Cooperstown cocktail, you know what I'm saying? And then I always stick with sweet vermouth and dry vermouth, but instead of using the orange bitters that it normally calls for, I like to use peach bitters. Now, I've got these aged peach bitters, which are fan-freaking-tastic. And the reason I like to use peach bitters is because I find that peach and mint work really well together. Now, we've got to use mint in this cocktail. Think about like a peach iced tea. You throw some mint leaves in there, and it's really a perfect combination. So I'm really excited to show you guys my version of the Cooperstown cocktail. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that for you guys right now. All right, so let's go ahead and give Coach Vino's little bit of a riff on the Cooperstown cocktail a sippy sip. Cheers. Let me tell you something. The peach bitters is what makes this cocktail. I mean, it really, to me, makes such a difference, especially because of the aged gin. I mean, this is really, really delicious, guys. I mean, I love the way that kind of woody barrel flavor tastes with the peach bitters. It's so good. The sweet vermouth and the dry vermouth are just there to add a little bit of like body to the cocktail, but this is really about the gin and the bitters for me personally with regards to this cocktail. I mean, they pair so well together. Sippy. Oh yeah, that is really nice, guys. And the mint just really kind of rounds it out. It brightens up the cocktail a little bit. It comes through on the back end of the palate, is mixing with those peach notes and making for a really nice cocktail. It has, I mean, believe it or not, almost like a peach Snapple thing going on. I mean, I know it sounds weird for a stirred cocktail that's really boozy, but it does have that friendliness going on, those big kind of bright summer flavors. So really a fantastic cocktail, at least my version of it, to sip, you know, if you're watching a ball game, you know what I'm saying? You know, try this version up against the original version, see what you guys think. I do think that my version is probably the more approachable and more superior version, if I do say so myself. All right, folks. Anyway, so I don't know about you guys. If you're a baseball fan, let me know down in the comments. I would love to know if you love baseball. What's your favorite baseball team? Who's your favorite baseball player of all time? You know, I'm a big Yankee fan. My favorite baseball player of all time is Darryl Strawberry. Even though he played for the Mets, he also did play for the Yankees for a bit. But at the time, you know, when I was a kid, Darryl Strawberry was the biggest thing in the world, you know what I mean? And always been a big fan of old Darryl there, you know? Anyway, folks, if you like this cocktail, please press like, please subscribe, and please share with your family and friends. And remember, sharing is caring. And when life gives you lemons, make yourself a cocktail. Let's go Yankees.